let's clear a few things up. I have no problem with competitive gaming, just the sneaky intention of the name esports that has snuck in somewhere along the line and turned it into something it never needed to be. But seeing as it does exist, we should look at what it's trying to do. By the looks of it, the term is just thrown around casually all the time, in the hope that it'll catch on and be recognised as a standard, and upon doing so, will gain the money and respect from the outside world that will come with the reclassification. It's not been uncommon to try it. Pretty recently, in the autumn of 2015, Bridge, the card game, attempted to take that leap. The English Bridge Union were unsuccessful and were quickly shot down by Sport England, saying that our fight against inactivity won't be helped by a card game being classed as a sport. So Bridge, along with video games, shooting, poker, chess, aren't active things. So on that subjective basis, it is unlikely that anything will be reclassified as a sport again. We've already seen, or already looked at, the things they would get from the reclassification. But of the people involved, who would actually benefit? And it would seem like everyone would. The people playing the game, the pro players, the players looking for more tournaments, and the organisers. All on the basis, all on the idea that the world's respect for them has moved up a slot into the sports sphere. But I don't buy that. I don't think a name change will change its appeal, or the reasons why people joke about it. On a monetary level, however, the idea that they don't want to push it because it doesn't fight inactivity, it could therefore only benefit the tournament holders and the already sponsored players. Competitive video games is a relatively new market by comparison. Not a market, but a pastime, I guess. But it's a relatively new one by comparison with anything. And even in that short time, it's cycled through hundreds of games. Not just rule changes or advancements to the technology and equipment, but just a sheer number of games they've gone through. It sits as a point for skepticism. For example, the biggest esports are all run by the company who own the game. League of Legends' Pro Circuit and World Tournament are all run by Riot. And Dota and CSGO are both run by, or their tournaments are both run by Valve. And with EA announcing an esports type thing for the upcoming Madden game, it cements it for me that it works as a marketing campaign for as long as they need it, and not beyond that. It hasn't got the foundations to last. It's just money is thrown at it. Players will move on to it because of that, but they'll move with something else. The natural progression of a pastime becoming a sport involves a part where it is an exhibition or a spectacle. Snooker was a recent one, and fighting games fit better into that natural progress with their arcades, entertaining personalities, and development of its tournaments offline scenes. But other games, including relatively big current ones, have never had that. Have never had an offline scene. And neither will a new Blizzard game or any already expanded franchise's new game. It just means that a game to have a strong foundation and build itself up, it needs to be a new IP, and it needs to be popular with the players in a place that isn't just online, which is the king of temporary. And that whole progression thing comes on to the next annoyance. The competitive side of fighting games exists completely fine without esports money. They're strong ties to being played offline in arcades and sat around with people. They didn't and haven't benefited as much from home internet being everywhere, making it one of the few genres that shouldn't really need to push for stardom and capitalise on current popularity. So what do we do with the term esports? Well, here's my plan. We give it a new definition, and instead we turn it into this: A derogatory term uses any game that tries too hard to be taken seriously by the general public.